After a difficult start to the 2025 Formula One season, many are beginning to ask whether Lewis Hamilton's journey with Ferrari might already be coming to an end. The seven-time world champion arrived at Ferrari with high hopes, ready to begin a new chapter after many years at Mercedes. But things haven't gone to plan. In the first 6 races of the season, Hamilton has only managed one podium finish. The team is over 150 points behind McLaren in the Constructors' Championship, and Hamilton is consistently being outperformed by his teammate Charles Leclerc. Jacques Villeneuve, the 1997 Formula One world champion, recently shared his views on Hamilton's situation. According to Villeneuve, Hamilton's public comments about expecting a painful season could be damaging his credibility within the Ferrari team. He explained that when a driver begins to speak negatively in public, it can affect how the team sees him. Villeneuve warned that this type of attitude might lead people at Ferrari to lose faith in Hamilton and see him more as someone who came to lead the team without delivering results. Hamilton's struggles in 2025 have not gone unnoticed. While he has shown moments of good performance, especially in sprint races like his win in China, he hasn't managed to build on those highs. In Saudi Arabia, he had his worst race of the season, and even in Miami, he could only finish third. Meanwhile, Leclerc is steadily improving, often finishing ahead of Hamilton and looking more comfortable in the SF25 car. Ferrari's season overall has been disappointing. The team was expected to challenge for the championship, especially after coming close in the previous year. But instead, they have fallen behind McLaren, who have made a strong start to 2025. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri have consistently finished ahead of the competition, and McLaren's car appears to be more balanced and reliable. Their success is also due to their excellent tyre management and the overall consistency of their performance. One major issue for Red Bull this season has been the performance of their RB21 car. While Max Verstappen has still managed to take pole positions and even won a race in Japan, the car has been described as unstable. This has led to changes in their driver lineup, with Yuki Tsunoda replacing Liam Lawson early in the season. Verstappen himself joked after his win in Japan that he was glad he wasn't driving the McLaren because it would have made him unstoppable. Despite the troubles with the RB21, Red Bull is working hard to improve. They are currently studying a technical solution used by McLaren in their rear brake cooling system. McLaren's design has helped keep their rear tires at the ideal temperature, especially in hot conditions, and this has given them an edge in recent races. Red Bull, along with Ferrari and Mercedes, is considering developing a similar system to try and close the gap. Paul Monaghan, Red Bull's chief engineer, explained that there is no magic fix for the issues teams face. It takes careful engineering and consistent development. He stressed that progress is being made step by step, and that the team is working within the budget and staffing limits imposed by the sport. The goal remains to build the best possible car and improve as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, the pressure continues to build at Ferrari. Hamilton's arrival brought a lot of excitement and expectation. Fans hoped he would bring the same success he had at Mercedes. But the reality has been very different. Hamilton himself admitted that this season was likely to be painful, and his words have raised questions about his motivation and mindset. In contrast, Leclerc seems more confident and focused, quietly building strong results and earning trust within the team. Villeneuve's comments reflect what many observers are now thinking. If Hamilton continues to struggle and speak negatively, he risks being seen as a bad fit for Ferrari. The Italian team is known for its passionate and fiery spirit. Ferrari wants drivers who bring energy and belief, not doubt and frustration. Villeneuve explained that Ferrari is like a volcano. It needs a spark to explode with success. Without that spark, there is a problem. Hamilton's adjustment to Ferrari has also been difficult because of how different the team culture is from Mercedes. At Mercedes, Hamilton had built a strong and stable environment over many years. He could trust the people around him and rely on systems that were designed for his style. But at Ferrari, everything is new. He's had to adapt to a different way of working, and so far it hasn't been easy. There is also the question of whether Hamilton truly understands what's going wrong. Some insiders have suggested that he looks confused and unsure during race weekends. He hasn't been able to point to clear problems or offer simple solutions. This uncertainty makes it even harder for the team to turn things around. Despite all of this, Villeneuve urged people not to rush to judgment. He believes that the real test will come in the European races, starting with Imola and Monaco. These are circuits where Ferrari might have a better chance to perform. Also, the team is expected to bring significant updates to the car, which could help improve Hamilton's results. Until those updates are tested in race conditions, it's too early to say whether Hamilton's time at Ferrari is a failure. It's important to remember that Hamilton is still one of the greatest drivers in the history of Formula One. His talent is not in question. What is in question is whether he can adapt quickly enough to a new car, a new team and a new environment. So far the transition has been rough, but with the right support and the right updates, there is still time for things to improve. As for McLaren, they continue to impress. Their car has been fast and consistent, and both drivers are performing at a high level. Norris, while behind Piastri in the standings, remains confident. He has pointed out that it's difficult to compare their car directly to Red Bull's, especially given how talented Verstappen is. Norris believes that their advantage might come from having two fast drivers and a car that allows them to push harder without losing control. The new regulations about flexible wings coming into effect at the Spanish Grand Prix could also shake things up. These changes might affect how the teams balance their cars and could close the gap between the top teams. McLaren believes that their understanding of tyre behavior will still give them an edge. Red Bull and Ferrari will need to respond quickly if they want to catch up. Red Bull's plan to replicate McLaren's brake cooling system is just one example of how teams learn from each other. In modern Formula One, even the smallest advantage can make a big difference. As teams race to improve, every detail matters. If Red Bull can improve their tyre management, Verstappen could become even more dangerous. And if Ferrari can understand what's going wrong with the SF25, Hamilton might finally have a chance to fight at the front. The next few races will be crucial for Ferrari and Hamilton. With the season moving into Europe, the pressure will increase. The team is expected to bring upgrades, and the hope is that these will help Hamilton close the gap to Leclerc and the other frontrunners. But if results don't improve soon, the talk of Hamilton's departure will only get louder. For now, the story is not over. Hamilton still has time to prove himself at Ferrari. He needs to stay positive, work closely with his engineers and make the most of every opportunity. Villeneuve's words may sound harsh, but they come from a place of experience. He knows how quickly things can change in Formula One. One good race can turn a season around, but one more bad weekend could do serious damage to Hamilton's reputation. Ferrari also needs to look at itself. The team's problems are not just about one driver. The SF25 has not delivered the performance that was expected. Other teams, like Williams, have even outperformed Ferrari at some races, which is a sign that something fundamental is wrong. The team must find answers, not just to help Hamilton, but to stay competitive in the championship. Looking ahead, everything depends on what happens at Imola, Monaco, and the next few European rounds. If the updates work and the car improves, Hamilton's fortunes could change. But if the problems continue, it may be the beginning of the end of this partnership. Ferrari is a team that lives on passion and results. Without both, change is inevitable. In conclusion, Lewis Hamilton's future at Ferrari hangs in the balance. The start of the season has been tough and the pressure is growing, but the story is not finished. There are still many races to go and many chances to turn things around. Hamilton's legacy is built on comebacks and overcoming challenges. The question now is whether he can do it again, this time in red.